Starting in 2026, the FIFA World Cup will grow from 32 teams to 48. To understand the physical scale of that shift, look at the schedule. Since 1998, the tournament has been a 64-match sprint. The new format requires 104. Hosting this many games requires 3 separate nations, the United States, Canada, and Mexico, to share the burden across an entire continent. This structure allows for scenarios where a team can struggle through their opening week, fail to win a majority of their games, and still advance to eliminate a title favorite. Adding 16 teams changes the internal logic of the tournament, replacing the old familiar path to the final with a much more volatile set of survival rules. Argentina enters as the defending champion, with Lionel Messi likely making his final appearance on the world stage. But the expansion also introduces 16 additional slots, opening the tournament to nations from Africa, Asia, and the Americas that have historically been locked out of the qualification process. For established powers, the group stage is no longer a predictable warm-up. They are now dropped into a field filled with unproven opponents who have never had this much to gain. By widening the field, the tournament ensures that the path to the trophy is crowded with more potential for lopsided, high-stakes matches than ever before. The 48 qualifying nations are sorted into 12 clusters of 4 teams each. After 3 matches, the top 2 teams from every group move directly into the knockout bracket. That accounts for 24 teams. However, a standard knockout bracket requires 32 teams to function. To bridge that 18 gap, FIFA uses a wildcard system. Across the 12 groups, 12 teams will finish in 3rd place. Only the 8 with the best records survive. The remaining 4 are eliminated immediately. This turns the final day of the group stage into a nervous standoff. A team's fate might be decided by a goal scored in a different city, by a different team in a match they have no control over. Those 32 survivors enter the round of 32, a phase of the World Cup that has never existed until now. This adds an entire extra week of single elimination pressure. One lapse in concentration results in an immediate flight home. For the world's elite squads, this round is a minefield. They are forced into a sudden death match against hungry wildcard teams that have already spent the last week fighting for their lives. For the defending champions, the challenge is even steeper. Every opponent they face will be looking to make their name by ending Argentina's reign. History is against them. No nation has successfully defended a World Cup title since Brazil accomplished the feat in the early 1960s. The round of 32 forces legacy teams to survive an extra level of volatility, where a single underdog performance can derail years of preparation. This is a 39-day marathon spanning 16 cities. It is the longest and most physically demanding tournament in the history of the sport. The journey begins on June 11th at Mexico City's Estadio Azteca. It ends 5 weeks later at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, where the last 2 survivors will meet for the 104th match. To claim this trophy, a team must navigate a bracket designed for maximum endurance and unpredictability. The expansion to 48 teams brings more nations to the table, but it also makes the path to the top much more difficult. Does this make the World Cup better, or just more crowded? Let us know in the comments.